Hey everybody, Cat Kings here again for another fantastic and exciting video. And today we're going to be power scaling the Man of Steel Superman. We're going to be using multiple versions and variations as there are so many different things and it's hard to get a general consensus on Superman. So as far as canon, we're going to put that aside and we're just going to have some fun featuring him from different sections of comic books and movies. And I hope you all enjoy. Let's get into it. So one of the craziest feats to start off with that we'll have is during the events of Crisis on Infinite Earths. And if you don't know what this is essentially where various worlds of the multiverse, they were essentially combined, and that formed a single Earth that the heroes from various other worlds were merged into. So in this storyline, near the end, we have post-Crisis Superman who fought Earth 2 Superman. And their battle was so powerful that it was causing ripples in space and time itself, which was changing events. So for example, let's say somebody was dead, all of a sudden they'd punch the pocket dimension, and then they'd be alive, as the example with Jason Todd, for example. He was dead and then he was somehow alive. Next up we have here in Superman 13, where Dr. Shea Veritas, a scientist who specialized in research of superhumans, she ended up meeting Superman and Supergirl. And so essentially what happened was Superman was like, look, this all comes back to the fact that he had fought against one of the major Wildstorm villains, particularly Hellspawn, and he wasn't sure if he could take on that dude. And so Superman was like, yes, I have to get stronger. Absolutely. So this all culminates in the fact that he starts working out, bench pressing essentially, the weight of the earth for 5 fucking days. Here's just another crazy feat of Superman, who is able to function normally in a time dilation described as the fraction of a nanosecond. So let's go back to the Silver Age, in which during the issue of Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, issue number 33, Superman moves the fucking sun. And so, for those of you who don't know or are wondering or curious just how powerful the Source Wall is, well, the Presence, essentially DC's answer to what God would be, creates a barrier around the Earth, and it is dubbed the Source Wall. And so this will put into perspective when we look at this, where Superman pulls Highfather's staff off of the Source Wall with a bit of help of his heat vision. Here we see a level of absurdity in Superman issue number 58, in which Superman puts a bunch of moons together at cosmic speeds to create a sun. How's that work? In Justice League Unlimited, I believe it was season 2, Superman and the Justice League fight off against Darkseid a couple different times. And Darkseid states that he was more powerful than he had ever been before. And even so, we get this this famous speech from Superman that states that he's always taking constant care to hold back and to not hurt anything. That it feels like he's in a world of cardboard. But then he states that he had a rare opportunity to let loose. And as soon as Superman got serious of a Darkseid that supposedly in his avatar state was at his most powerful, he molly-whopped the fuck out of him. Superman's durability is no joke either. He's actually fought the Hulk multiple times, whether or not you're looking at the battles that were voted on by fans or any of the other battles. Canon again, we're not going on canon or not canon, we're just showing feats here. We can see Superman no-selling a full power punch from the Incredible Hulk. Now, I know kryptonite has always been, well, Superman's kryptonite, and there's many varieties, such as blue kryptonite, which affects Bizarros. There's the red, pink kryptonite, there's green kryptonite, etc., etc. But I want to show you some examples of Superman saying, you know what, nah, fuck that, who cares about kryptonite? So, here, what we're going to look at is when he fought against Green Arrow. And this was actually in, I believe this was in a DC superhero storyline in which there was an alternate timeline where Batman and Superman became evil. And then so Green Arrow decided he was going to fight them, and so he had a kryptonite arrow, and he shot Superman, and initially it looked like it was working, but really all it did was piss off Superman more, and then he beats the shit out of Green Arrow. Batters him. And you also have to keep in mind that Superman's fought Doomsday many times. This is going to be a multi-feat for intelligence as well as for his kryptonite resistance. So first of all, if you know anything about Doomsday, you know he's partially made up of kryptonite. And yes, Superman has fought Doomsday countless times. This says a few different things. Doomsday can't die the same way that he died before, right? So this says that every time Superman's beat him, he has to be creative and he's had to think of a new way to beat Doomsday. Which means you have to be quick, be able to think on your feet, and you have to have an incredible memory to be able to remember the countless times you beat this man. And like I said, he's made up partially of kryptonite. So Superman might not even be fighting at his full capacity when he's whooping on this Justice League busting, monster's ass. And keep in mind that Doomsday has wrecked Darkseid's avatar shit a couple times. Further speaking on the intelligence of Superman, Injustice Superman, the comics, was able to find out that Bruce Wayne was Batman, and then he puts the dude on blast on social media. Superman is also very aware of the weaknesses of different members of the Justice League, as he knows that fighting Martian Manhunter toe-to-toe, blow for blow, is going to be extremely difficult. But hey, I'll just use my heat vision to burn the motherfucker. GG, easy win. To further solidify how intelligent that Injustice Superman is, he finds out exactly where Alfred is, and he sends Victor's ass to do his dirty work. So he was trying to do two things. One, he knew who worked for Batman, and he knew how he could find out where Batman was, but also knew how to deal a devastating psychological and emotional blow to Batman as well. So even if Alfred didn't tell Superman what he wanted to know, at the very least, this could have heavily demoralized Batman. And he knew exactly who to call to get the job done too, to not connect him back to Superman. If all else fails, Superman in one iteration in the run with Jeff Johns and John Romita Jr., on their run, Superman actually had access to an ability called the Super Flare. And this is where Superman's all the energy that he stored up could be released with one burst. Now, it had a huge setback in that he was extremely vulnerable after he used the Super Flare, and through repeated use, actually ended up losing his powers, if I remember correctly. But don't quote me on that. My memory's kind of rusty on that part. But in the Battle of Ulysses, Superman pretty much pushes heat vision to the limit and releases huge, massive bursts of energy, and was able to win the battle due to this. And this short burst of energy just makes Superman go well beyond his limits. Think of it like breaking your limits for a second, going like 150% for just a few brief moments. Okay, so here's another ridiculous feat. And this is where Superman fought his way through the Big Bang itself to fix time. And so Superman was sent back in time in Action Comics number 553. And this was by Wolfman and artist Gil Kane. And this all sort of happened due to the fact that he was dealing with a villain at the time, Vandal Savage. Now, Vandal Savage was using these power pyramids to essentially try to get rid of Superman and turn people against him. So, one of the power pyramids was loose in time, which is why Superman... it was at the start of the Big Bang, which is why Superman had to go back through it in the first place. Our boy, the Man of Steel, ends up destroying the pyramid to fix time, which is really impressive because, as we've seen, the Big Bang was able to have the capabilities of destroying people like Imperiex and Warworld, which are no slouches themselves. So, that's going to be the end of the video here. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. Give me any constructive feedback or criticism if there's anything I need to improve on. Tell me what you like. And as always, this has been CalKings, signing off. Thank you.